Hey Capricorn, welcome to your January 2021 monthly reading. Happy New Year, guys. I hope that you guys have been doing good. I hope that you guys are hanging in there and doing what needs to be done, like always. And I hope that in this year for you guys, something that I hope for Capricorn is that you guys open up a little bit more and kind of allow yourself to just let go of the control that you have, because you guys like to maintain control a lot, like your Virgo friends. So just be cautious of that, and I hope that you guys can be a little bit more open in this new year. Let's go ahead and take a look at some current struggles that you guys may be experiencing. So whatever Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placement has been experiencing, any struggles or battles that are currently going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. Makes sense. Money. Money. Ace of Pentacles. And the Eight of Cups. So, I feel like yeah, obviously there's something to do with money here. There is like a some, I don't even want to say it's greediness, because it doesn't feel greedy. It feels like right now a challenge that you may have is that you may be too focused or too motivated or too much in like lust or desire for a certain level of like money in your life, whether it's like just being able to pay your bills, whether it's just having a little extra in your savings, whether it's etc., whatever the goal is for you. Doesn't mean that like your goal is to become a millionaire, because like I said, it doesn't really feel like greedy. It doesn't feel like you're trying to get more than what's like a livable amount, but it feels like you're really focused on making money, working and getting the money. And although this is like a good mindset to be in, it really feels like there's kind of like this darkness that's kind of consuming this thought process. It is going into money. Like this could be like coming from a place of insecurity or like anxiety rather than actual need, if that makes sense. Like maybe you already do kind of make enough money to get by, so this goal that you're setting for yourself, let me just turn that down a little bit, this like pursuit of the money or this hyper focus on wealth is now like too much of anything is a bad thing, right? So like I said, part of this is like a good mindset to have, to be so focused on making your coin and doing that, but now this feels like it's like too much focus there, if that makes sense. Because I feel like there is good money around you. There are like opportunities presented to you with the Ace of Pentacles, if you want them to be. Like you're reaping what you sow, and I feel like what you guys had planted before, what you guys have already been in the motion of creating over time, because you guys like work slowly on your things, on your projects and your goals. It kind of feels like whatever you've already kind of put into motion, it's already like it's already starting to give back to you, right? So whatever it is that you planted in the past, it's already repaying the work that it took to plan it and to grow it and to create it. And this is actually the 10 of Cups, not the 8 of Cups. My bad. Yeah, and I feel like, you know, the challenge right now that you're facing is how much energy or focus or effort into pursuing money or making money is too much, right? Like, I feel like that's what you guys may have a challenge this month with, is like finding the borderline, like what's too much like focus on money. And I don't think that the focus is the problem. I think it's the intention behind the focus, right? Be really crystal clear this month about what it is about money that is making you so attracted to it, okay? Because it almost feels like the connection between you and wealth, or you and your work, or you and money this month it feels a little unhealthy, it feels a little unstable. Like it feels like it's coming from a place of anxiety, of just fearing, right? Right now with how the world's going especially, this could be coming from a place of being afraid that you'll lose your job, or being afraid that you'll not have enough to pay for this and this, when the economy is working how it normally is, you would be able to make money and you would be able to afford these things, etc., etc., if that makes sense. So maybe it's because that things around you have shifted kind of suddenly, and also like kind of slowly as well, because we're still in emotions. It may just feel like you may get really fearful or anxious because your stability is threatened. So also be mindful this month of how much of your stability and security are you placing into money and physical material things, right? Because you have the 10 of Cups, right? So overall, like your challenge feels, there's a challenge presented, but it also just feels rather small, in the sense that it's kind of like Spirit makes me feel like it's not a big deal. Like, don't stress about it. Like, your life is good, you know? You still have, you know, you're not in as bad of a situation as you are, and it's almost like you're just overthinking, and you're creating like a scenario like, oh, but what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? Like, and it's like none of those things that you're thinking of have happened. So just take a deep breath, Capricorn, relax and understand, take a good look around where you are right now, and just breathe. Okay, because all these like maybes, what ifs, they have yet to happen or will ever happen. So don't stress yourself by putting yourself in a mindset of fear, because you're the one that's creating these scenarios in your head, right? Wait until something does or does not happen, maybe nothing will, and then from there, then figure out what you need to do, right? Because I feel like this over stress about money right now is just not really something that is, I think, benefiting you, okay? So let me get a little bit more help on how we can overcome this. Like, what would be tools that Capricorn can use this month to help combat this kind of like dark energy around this? We have Death in reverse, letting this situation go, just letting go the idea that letting go of control, like what I said in the beginning, because it just feels like you're really trying to control situations. And what's being shown to you this month, Capricorn, is that there's a lot, probably like a majority of the things that you experience in your day-to-day life are outside of your control, right? Meaning like what happens around you, not how you react to it, okay? Because anything could happen to you, you know, on your day-to-day, but you'll have a certain experience based on how you react, not necessarily based on what it is that happens. Does that make sense? So it doesn't matter how extreme or how small the event that occurs around you is. It really matters about the mindset that you put into how you're going to react to that experience, right? Everything's always a reaction of something else. In the same way that that event was a reaction of something prior to that. We have the Star came out as well. So really focusing on what do you desire, Capricorn? What do you actually want? Do you want more money, or do you just want stability, right? Because that's what I think that a lot of you guys may be confusing, is stability with money, okay? What is it that you actually want? Is it stability or is it money? Because they're two different things. Although money can give us a sense of stability, if during these times you're feeling really stressed and anxious because of money, think about how quickly that shift might have happened for you. Because I always notice this when like the economy isn't so great, or like during periods of like depression or stock markets crashing and things like that. During those times, a lot of people feel lost and feel hopeless, right? A lot of people fall into like a depressive state of mind. And a lot of it is because a lot of people put a lot of their sense of stability and security into their finances, that if a little bit, or it doesn't even have to be like, I think in copious amounts, like even if a little bit of the finances that are created or generated are shifted in any way, people freak out. You freak out because it's like, oh my God, I used to make this much money, now I only make this much money, and this and blah, blah, blah. Like, you freak out and think about how much of your stability and your security are you putting into your wealth, into your work, rather than other things. Like, I feel like your life is not bad. Like, I feel like you have a good family. I feel like you have a partner, and if you don't have a partner, I feel like you have someone that really loves you a lot, like in a romantic way. But I feel like you have a good family, like your family's good, you guys eat, you have plenty to eat, you guys are happy. Like, I feel like things are good. It's not as bad as it all seems. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, with the Star card, like, I just feel like Spirit is saying, like, just focus on the things that you actually want. Focus on what you actually want. Is it money or is it stability? Because it might not be what you think it actually is. And we have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. So it's time to let go of the idea of waiting, I guess. Like, stop waiting for bad things to happen. I feel like you guys are just, like, constantly, like, waiting for, like, I feel like you guys are in a constant mindset of, like, you're always expecting something to go wrong. And I feel like for some of you guys, this may be rooted in some childhood trauma or some trauma that happened in your earlier life, where maybe things kind of, maybe you've been in a cycle, you grew up in a pattern of, when things start feeling good, that's usually when something bad happens, right? Like, unexpectedly. So if you kind of experienced that, like, where, like, oh my god, my life's finally good, and then someone dies, or oh, my life's finally good, then you lose your job, or oh, my life's, you know, every time you feel like you're like, oh my god, I feel like my life's finally in a good place, and then something tragic happens, that cycle can create, you can create a cycle within that by not allowing yourself to process the emotions from each tragic event. So if you held on to the pain and the negative emotions that were generated by that event, right? Like we talked about earlier about your reactions, it's how you react to it. And if you never really processed that event and then you kept going and going and going, of course it repeated itself. It repeated itself again in another way. Again, when things started to feel good, something bad happened, right? Again, in order for you to take that opportunity to learn. And then if you didn't, again, right, if you didn't take the time to process your emotions because of that event, then you continue to move on and you generate another cycle of the same thing. When things start to feel good, something happens, right? So in a way, you are creating this, right? Because like I said earlier, you create what you experience, not because of what happens around you, because that's outside your control, but because of the way that you react to things. Your reactions are in your control. That is for certain, right? So the next time, or maybe this time, maybe something recently happened. When something goes bad, when things are going good, instead of ignoring this thing, take the time to process how you feel and why you feel that way, right? And really sitting with your emotions and acknowledging that, okay? I highly recommend taking a look at all those past situations as well. If there are past situations that we have kind of avoided and neglected to pay attention to and process on an emotional level, because I feel like those things you're holding on to and you need to let go of them, okay? Stop sitting around, stop waiting for something bad to happen, because if you are, something will, right? You've created this cycle for yourself that only you can get out, but you totally can. But you gotta start doing something, right? We gotta like make it work for us. So let's take a look at something that is hidden, something that we don't see coming. And what deck do I want to use for this? We'll use this deck. I haven't used this deck in a long time. Alrighty, so we're gonna take a look at what is hidden in the dark. So something that's unexpected. What's an unexpected energy coming into Capricorn's month? This is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Authority. Okay, so something unexpected that you don't see coming in the month of January is authority. So you might end up realizing, Capricorn, that while you've been kind of waiting for something to happen, while you've been waiting for something bad to happen or whatever, like the unexpected thing that pops up isn't necessarily something bad. To some of you it is, because you guys are right now are so on top of your work, you're so on top of like your social appearance and your social life, you're so on top of this, right? These aspects of yourself. But the one area that your reading has really shown you're lacking of being in control of is yourself, is your emotions, your own your own sense of security within yourself is really compromised. And this month is making it really, really clear for you to understand this, that you need to create authority for yourself. You need to create a sense of stability and security from within so that when things occur, you are able to react from a secure and stable place, not an emotional wreck, because you can be an emotional wreck a lot of the times as well, but you have a really good way of hiding it instead of dealing with it, right? If we just put all our trash in like a closet and we don't ever take it out, the trash is still there. Yeah, we don't see it, right? But we know it's there. So be careful, because you might end up realizing this month that you are actually the person that is gonna need to take control of this situation. You need to take control of yourself, okay? I think that's awesome. That's great. We love that. And then let's get a message from your angels to close out the reading. And then we'll get a quick little sneak peek into love for January for any of you guys that are interested in love. Oh, and I meant to grab, this is not the deck I meant to grab. This is the deck I meant to grab. So messages from the guides of Capricorn. Acceptance. So see yourself and others through the eyes of the angels with unconditional love and acceptance. In this way, you inspire and lift everyone to their highest potential. I love that. I think that's beautiful. See yourself and others through the eyes of the angels, which means through the eyes of truth, right? And honesty. And love, of course. But I really think this is a message of looking at yourself and being honest with yourself and being like, all right, you know what? I do tend to ignore my emotions, or you know what, I do have a hard time understanding my emotions or talking about my emotions or processing my feelings. I do tend to shut that part of myself down, because everyone has emotions. Everyone has emotions. Everyone experiences them. Everyone has them. There's no one that doesn't. You know, there are people that maybe try to, their way of coping with it is more of hiding / walking away or turning away from, rather than processing, right? Those are two different things. Ignoring something and dealing with something are two different things, both on a physical level and a metaphysical level. So we have to treat that metaphysical level in the same way, that we can't just ignore it and it goes away because it's already something we can't see, right? We don't see our emotions until they transpire through us, right? And that's how we choose to react to those emotions. So I really recommend processing these events that have happened, if that's kind of cycle that resonates to your situation, Capricorn, where things finally get good and then something unexpectedly, you know, turns in a wrong way, in not in your favor. I would definitely recommend processing those, or the next time that this happens, acknowledge that it's a cycle that you've created for yourself, and face the situation head on, deal with it and process it and let it go. Don't sit with it, don't carry it on, and don't recreate that cycle that you've been stuck in, okay? Alrighty, so for Capricorns that are interested in love, let's see what we have for love. So for love for Capricorn in January, we'll do for singles and for like coupled partners. So for singles first, for Capricorn singles, those Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus that are single, what's going on in love? Okay. What's going on for love for Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay, all reversals, 9 of Pentacles in reverse, 8 of Cups in reverse, and Judgment in reverse. And then for my Capricorns that are in a relationship, what's going on for love? Capricorns that are in a relationship, or in a connection. I'm gonna say in a connection, Capricorns that are in a connection in January. Okay, we'll take that. Alrighty, so for my Capricorn singles, we have the 9 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups in reverse, and Judgment in reverse. I think that January is an interesting month for you guys, right? I definitely think that there is something that you guys are ignoring or not wanting to do. I really feel like some of you guys, I feel like some of you guys may be overcommitted to yourselves. Like, you may have been someone that has been single for a while, or just this past period of time that you've been single, you've been really committed to yourself. Like, you haven't been hooking up with people, or you haven't been like flirting or talking with people or sleeping with people. You may have, but you've just been really, really focused on yourself. Like, not like, I'm like it feels very like closed off to commitment, or like you're not really open. You're not really in the space to be open to a relationship right now. And I feel like part of you, I feel like this is coming from a place of like you being closed off or not refusing, not necessarily because you're not ready for a relationship. So I feel like you're purposely like ignoring to pursue that route. Like, you might have gotten burnt or hurt from a past relationship really badly, and it's leaving you in a state of mind of like, I'm never gonna love again. Like, I'm never gonna date again, like, because of this bad experience that you had. But I definitely think with the Judgment in reverse, it's like you're being called to take action, but you're ignoring the call, right? So like, something in you is making you feel like you should finally start putting yourself out there, but you're like, no, I'm not going to take a risk because I may have been burnt or hurt in the past before. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. If that resonated with you guys, then that message is probably going to be for you. I'm going to go ahead and do that in the extended, okay? So the link to purchase the Vimeo extended is going to be down in the description box down below for singles. So now for our Capricorns that are in a connection, not a commitment, sorry, I almost said commitment, a connection, whatever you deem a connection for you, girl, that's on you. So we have King of Swords, Ace of Swords, or sorry, Ace of Wands, Page of Cups, and then Three of Cups. So I really think that just because Ace of Wands is really phallic, I do think that this could be a month where you and your partner are maybe discussing like sex. It could be that you guys are discussing or wanting to open up into like a threesome, or maybe you're bringing up, maybe you or your partner is bringing that up to like the other. So like, maybe you're telling your partner, hey, like, I want to have a threesome, or like, hey, I just feel like multiple play is like on the mind, or definitely like in discussion. Either one of you is thinking about it, or one of you wants to talk about it, or is going to talk about it this month. May bring up that they that you guys want to invite someone else. It could even be more than just one other person. I definitely feel like you, Capricorn, are in a really like flirty mood. I feel like this is you. Like, I feel like someone's going to bring this up to you though, and I feel like you're going to accept it. Like, because I feel like you're in a mood to have fun with the Page of Cups. I feel like you would be down to do that. I feel like you'd be down to change things up between you and your partner. So I really feel like for this group, mostly what's going to happen is just like a sexual reprise, where like maybe you guys haven't really like been intimate with each other, and this month maybe like a spark or reignition of your guys' passion for one another. And there may be discussion or play with other people, as well as also you and your partner may just be like entertaining people, or like having like small get-togethers with like close friends or something like that as well. But yeah, alrighty. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a little bit more information as to how that's gonna transpire too. So if that resonated with you, you guys can purchase the extended video for this, and that is going to be in the description box down below for Vimeo. And I think that is it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading, and I hope that you guys have an awesome January. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.